Who is the all-time greatest NBA player? Once and for all, let's see who is the greatest NBA player of all time. The two names that come to mind are undoubtedly LeBron James and Michael Jordan. LeBron James was awarded the greatest player of the last decade for his 4 NBA titles and consistency as the game's top playmaker and leader. His basketball IQ is incredible, and his ball handling has earned parallels to the legendary Magic Johnson. Of course, the King has been the league's face for a long time, and he is currently in his 20th NBA season. He will soon be the NBA's all-time best scorer, breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. Michael Jordan, of course, is a well-known player because of the way he transformed the NBA and brought a global impact to the game of basketball. Jordan has 10 scoring crowns, 5 MVP honours, 6 championships and 6 finals MVPs, while going 6-0 in the finals. Jordan is also the most proficient scorer of all time, with the best career PPG average of any player. When he retired, the shooting guard was regarded as the GOAT. But does LeBron James possess a higher skill set than him? Since James won the championship in 2016, there have been more and more comparisons between Michael and LeBron, and they haven't abated despite James's advancing age. The biggest difference between the two players has to be that Michael Jordan won 6 NBA titles, while going 6-0 in the NBA Finals. But LeBron James did not. LeBron James and Michael Jordan are 2 of the top 5 players of all time, and comparing them will help settle the debate and identify the NBA's all-time great. Scoring: Michael Jordan. LeBron James is widely regarded as one of the best passers of all time, ranking just behind Magic Johnson and John Stockton as a floor general and playmaker. The King remains a superb scorer, as his career 27.2 PPG ranks 5th all-time, after only Kevin Durant, Elgin Baylor, Wilt Chamberlain and of course Michael Jordan. Despite playing in the current era, James is the greatest player ever when it comes to attacking the rim. But he isn't the best shooter, shooting only 34.4% from 3 and 73.4% from the free throw line. Michael is, without doubt, the best scorer of all time. The great shooting guard won 10 scoring titles during his career, and his 30.1 PPG average ranks 1st all time. Michael is the greatest scorer ever, with only Kobe Bryant coming close. Even if LeBron James becomes the all-time best scorer in total points this season, there is no comparable. Shooting: Michael Jordan. When it comes to consistency, form or percentages, LeBron isn't the best shooter. When it comes to attacking the rim, James is the best. However, James shoots poorly from the free throw line, given his position, 73.5% FT, and struggles to hit shots consistently. He entered the NBA as a bad shooter, but has grown into a decent mid-range scorer, even if his three-point shot is inconsistent. James has a lifetime field goal percentage of 55.4%, while shooting 2-pointers, paint shots included. Nobody can rely on the King to hit jumpers regularly if the paint is packed, as proven by his career 34.4% three-point FG. As a result of the three-point era, the King is no longer the shooter that Michael was. Michael is without doubt the greatest mid-range scorer of all time, with only Kobe Bryant and Kevin Durant coming close. Jordan's fadeaway from the mid-range was unstoppable, 51% two-point field goal percentage, and his free throw shooting was nearly automatic, 83.5% from the line. Michael shot less than 80% from the line only twice in his career. The 10-time scoring champion did not play during the three-point shooting era and shot only 32.7% from 3 in his career. But if he had, his percentages would have been much higher. Again, no comparison. Athleticism: LeBron James. LeBron James is the most physically imposing athlete we have ever seen. James is a locomotive when he hits the rim at 6'9" and at least 250 pounds, and he has an excellent vertical at 44 inches and speed. Because of his athleticism, James could fully dominate a game, especially in his earlier days. With his increased power, explosiveness and basketball IQ, James became an even scarier player as he improved his game. James could have played whatever sport he wanted, since his athleticism is off the charts. Michael is the most athletic shooting guard ever, and he hung in the air with the most flair and grace. But despite being 3 inches shorter and nearly 30 pounds lighter than James, Michael had unrivaled explosiveness and speed. Michael possesses equal speed, explosiveness and a general vertical of 48 inches, but he lacks James's weight and power. The King has the upper hand because he is the greatest athlete of all time. Defense: Michael Jordan. LeBron James was a dominating defensive player in his peak, making 6 All-Defensive teams and finishing runner-up to Mark Gasol as a member of the Miami Heat in 2013. Without a question, LeBron James should have been named to more All-Defensive teams during his career because he had the physical tools to be the best defender of all time. He was a great defender early in his career, particularly with the Miami Heat, but he began to give up on defense as he aged and has been labelled a liability. Michael Jordan is a better defender than LeBron James, which is another obvious statement. Michael had excellent physical attributes, but his lateral quickness and basketball IQ allowed him to compete with any offensive player. For these reasons, he was named to 9 All-Defensive teams and even earned the 1988 Defensive Player of the Year title. There is no comparison here because LeBron averaged 1.6 SPG and 0.8 BPG over his career, compared to Jordan's 2.3 SPG and 0.8 BPG. Handles: Michael Jordan. Many of LeBron James's movements are difficult to counter. Everyone can see he is attacking the rim when he backs up with the ball and faces a defender one-on-one. The 6'9" locomotive cannot be stopped. In addition, as a mature player, he has developed a reliable spin move and several respectable post moves. James can dribble well, but when force is not required, he won't be able to fool many defenders. Michael is a far more proficient offensive player overall and a much better ball handler. The GOAT had every move in the post and could dazzle defenders with his signature crossover. It was amazing to watch Jordan use his handles to travel around the court and score in whatever way he desired. Again, since the eye test is unreliable, no one should be able to dispute that James is a superior ball handler than Michael. Clutch: Michael Jordan. The most common complaint levelled against LeBron James has been his ability to make clutch plays. Because the King is a pass-first player, he will pass up big shots and rely on his teammates to come through. He is not a natural-born finisher and has had several instances where standing about or passing up the final shot has reflected poorly on him. LeBron has some historic game winners because he is an all-time great, but no one trusts James as much as they do Michael. Michael Jordan is perhaps the most clutch player of all time, aside from Kobe Bryant. Jordan was a clutch performer on both sides of the court, as shown by his legendary Game 6 effort in the last dance season against the Utah Jazz in the NBA Finals. Michael was a more skilled player than James and could manufacture his own shot. Nobody made defenders shudder more at crucial times than Michael Jordan. Leadership: even. LeBron James has become an iconic leader by boosting his teammates. He never steps off the floor in the wrong direction and is a perfect example of how to act as a basketball star and global icon. Without a doubt, James improves his teammates, which is an act of leadership. The King also works hard on his body, spending up to $1.5 million per year to stay in the greatest form possible. Of course, making 10 NBA Finals appearances in a row is proof that he is the best leader in the game right now. Jordan's leadership style was very different from James's, as he liked to challenge his squad and force them to rise to his level. It frequently resulted in unpleasant feelings, as some of his teammates disliked him, but it produced results. If Jordan's strong leadership style had not resulted in 6 NBA championships, James would be a far superior leader. But Michael won 6 rings, and as a result, he raised the play of players like Scottie Pippen, so this is fair. Basketball IQ: even. LeBron James is one of the sharpest players of all time, and his ability to set up his teammates with passing is incredible. Despite being a small forward, who is also a major scoring option, the King has a lifetime APG of 7.3, demonstrating his greatness as a leader and floor general. LeBron understands the game, has improved throughout the years, and knows how to affect games by scoring, passing, or rebounding. LeBron James is a better passer, but Michael is a genius when it comes to scoring and defending. Because he always knew how to play to win, the shooting guard had exceptionally sound basics. Jordan had a basketball IQ that was geared towards success, whether he had to score 30 points or play tight defense. This one is equal thanks to LeBron's outstanding playmaking. Impact: even. LeBron James has a truly remarkable overall impact and has the potential to be the greatest triple-double threat in history. Any game, the King can post a triple-double, and as a passer, he improves everyone. The King is also a fantastic player because, as he has done numerous times in the past, especially in the 2007 season and the 2018 season, he can lead a team of underdogs all the way to the NBA Finals. James frequently makes the finals, even though he has no business there. Jordan may not have the same triple-double potential as James, but he still makes a significant contribution as a scorer, a leader, and a defender. He consistently made the playoffs, even as a young player, and was the best player in the world for 6 NBA championships. So the evidence is in the pudding. Michael Jordan was a renowned clutch player who could score 40 points against anyone. Once more, this one is equal. Efficiency, even. LeBron James is the king of efficiency, as shown by the fact he averages 27.2 points per game while shooting 50.5% over the course of his career. His lifetime free throw percentage of 73.4% is outstanding, especially given that the king has missed countless crucial free shots. James is impossible to defend near the rim and typically shoots a high field goal percentage when he is active. Behind Michael Jordan and Nikola Jokic, James has a career PER of 27.3, which places him third all-time. Jordan is also highly effective because he shot 49.7% from the field and 83.5% from the free throw line, while averaging 30.1 ppg, which ranks first all-time on 22.9 field goal attempts per game. Michael averaged over 30 ppg, which is a remarkable statistic, but only shot close to 50%. But even if he had never targeted the three like players do today, his three-point shooting percentage was just 32.7%, and it would be unfair to LeBron to ignore this. The fact that Michael Jordan had a PER of 27.9, which places him above LeBron James in the all-time rankings, ought to tip the comparison in his favour. However, James has a statistical advantage in the three-point percentage and shoots a larger proportion of field goals. Therefore, this comparison category is equal. One-on-one game, Michael Jordan. LeBron James is a force in one-on-one situations because he possesses the size to punish defenders, especially when around the rim. James's one-legged fadeaway has improved as he has gotten older, and he has also become a more reliable knockdown shooter from the perimeter. He is currently playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. James was a good defender in his time as well, though that has somewhat diminished. Michael Jordan is unquestionably the best player to ever play one-on-one. The renowned shooting guard is an expert at both offense and defense and possesses all the offensive moves in the book. Jordan had the ability to outrun his defenders, push them aside for a fadeaway jump shot, or earn fouls. No player dominated more one-on-one contests than Jordan, while Kobe Bryant is close behind and is in a different league. Longevity, LeBron James. LeBron James is an exceptionally talented athlete. He has had very few injuries throughout his career, is in his 20th season at age 38, and still plays well. Since he was named an All-Star in his second NBA season, the King is consistently ranked among the best 5 players in the world, and he hasn't yet slowed down. No player will ever be able to replicate what LeBron has accomplished because of how well his body has held up. Even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar wasn't the same player in his 20th season. Even though Jordan played for 15 seasons, there is no comparable here. Given that Michael Jordan retired twice, it is possible that he could have lived longer if he had not done so. Jordan was an Iron Man in that way, missing very few games while playing in the league. Nevertheless, Jordan participated in 15 NBA seasons, despite playing only 20 games in 2 of those seasons because of an injury and a delayed return from retirement. 20 years and 15 years are difficult to compare, and LeBron James will always be regarded as the indisputable king of longevity. Career, Michael Jordan. Regardless of what the haters say, LeBron James has had a legendary career. James won 4 MVP honours during the regular season, and he was deserving of each one for his incredible individual dominance and stat sheet stuffing. James did manage to win 4 NBA championships and the Finals MVP award despite signing with a few super teams in free agency. The King has an amazing 18 All-Star and 18 All-NBA appearances, and he will retire as the NBA's all-time greatest scorer. Really amazing information coming from a man who appears to have a body that never ages. Michael's career has been even more impressive than LeBron's. In addition to having a significant Defensive Player of the Year trophy, Jordan has won more MVP honours, 5 titles, and Finals MVP awards, 6. Jordan won 10 scoring championships to LeBron's 1, but the titles are what really matter. Scottie Pippen's All-Star status allowed Jordan to win 6 championships without ever having to leave his club. LeBron won 4 NBA titles while playing alongside a stellar group of Hall of Famers. Jordan ultimately had a more successful career, and really possesses the all-time best resume. Final result, LeBron James versus Michael Jordan, 2-7. Finally, there are significant differences between the two. This isn't meant as a criticism of LeBron James, who, when you consider his longevity and physique, is the greatest athlete of all time. Not to add, LeBron James has been under tremendous pressure ever since he joined the NBA. It is difficult to compare any basketball player to Jordan because he has received more honours than any other player in history. LeBron won 4 NBA titles, 4 Finals MVPs, 4 MVPs, and 1 scoring title. To Michael's 6, 5, 10, and a Defensive Player of the Year award. Jordan also played both ends of the court with greater proficiency than James for a longer period of time than the King. James simply outperforms every other player in history in terms of playmaking, durability, and athleticism because he possesses these advantages in his entirety. These are crucial benefits because the King has shown he can compete with Jordan in some areas while also holding an advantage in others. James is a true triple-double danger. Therefore, his ability to inspire his teammates to victory and take them to NBA Finals is legendary. The King has undoubtedly surpassed expectations since, even as a teenager, he possessed an exceptional mentality and was aware of his aptitude for the NBA. Despite all his advantages, James is still not Michael Jordan. Over the course of his career, Michael Jordan averaged 30.1 points per game and dominated the league to win all the awards. No player ever instilled more fear in defenders than Michael did, and his 6-0 record with 6 Finals MVPs is the best evidence of this. Most younger viewers think LeBron is the best player of all time, but Jordan is unquestionably the greatest of all time because he is simply on a different level. So, what do you think of these two GOATs? Leave us your comment below. Don't forget to subscribe for more greatest athlete stories, and thank you for watching.
Never say never, because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.